Hi, I'm Thomas Mocha, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to use generative AI tool to generate code, especially if you are not a programmer. For the purpose of this demonstration, I selected a simple case, analysis of several PDF documents, a work that could be done manually, but it would take a lot of time. So instead, we are going to leverage generative AI and we will create a Python script that can perform that job in a fraction of time. Let's say we are performing analysis of a company. In this case, this will be a Nokia Corporation, and we would like to understand the importance of data and data strategy for the company. And in that process, one task could be to investigate how often the concept or the idea of data is referred to in the annual reports of the company. I have downloaded to my hard drive 20 reports. So you can see there's another file here, but 20 reports, PDF reports, starting from starting from year 2003 to year 2022, with annual reports of Nokia Corporation. And now, if we want to find how many times the word data appears in these reports, we can do it manually, of course. We can open each file, search the keyword, and then write it somewhere down the number of times that this keyword appears. But this would be a very repetitive task that would take quite some time. So in this situation, we could write a simple script or program that does this kind of work. And let's say, even if we have some coding skills to do it by ourselves, it might be actually easier to ask a large language model based tool, and in this case we're going to be using Bard, to generate a draft of the code for us. Specifically for that situation, I prepared a very simple prompt asking the model to generate Python code that will go through all of these PDF files that I collected, and then it will count for each of the file the keyword data whenever it appears. And it doesn't matter whether it's starting with capital letter or not, so it's irrespectively of the case. And then I would like the output of this analysis to be presented in a table format. So let's say it will be a CSV file, which I can open later in Excel to see how many times each of these this keyword appeared in each of the files. So we can copy this prompt and move it across to Bard. And let's generate. All right. So let's try. I will copy this code and move it to my Python development environment. All right, so here I have a file that I created, keyword count, and I paste the code. And let's have a quick look at the code. It is going to be looking for files in the current directory, files that are ending with PDF. And then it is going to be looking for this keyword data. Okay. It will create pandas frame, data frame, and then save it into CSV file. Okay. Let's save it and run it. Okay, it has finished. So we can open the file here. and we have our results. And this was much faster than trying to do it manually. And we have also, in a way, expected pattern of increasing importance of data. For some reason, 2016 was a lower year, and then 2018, 19, up to 2021, very high count, and then 2022 already a bit lower. So this can already give us some quick insight into maybe the importance of data as a topic in the annual reports of the company. Of course, we would want to do other types of analysis, but for the demonstration purposes of how we can use large language models to help with a task where we have some skills, but where we can speed up our productivity or boost our productivity simply by getting a draft or a recommendation of how to write this kind of code. And the same type of logic can be applied to, for example, creating SQL queries or other types of standard structured outputs based on logical understanding of what is the task that needs to be performed. Companies across industries, geographies, and different sizes can benefit from generative AI tools that help with programming. These tools can unlock new levels of employee productivity. However, these employees need to have at least minimal understanding of programming. They need to be able to break down their work routines into smaller tasks. Next, they need to be able to query large language models or generative AI tools to get working programs and be able to interact with these tools to arrive at the working code. And finally, they need to be able to run these programs to execute their tasks.